What's up, everybody? My name is Jay Jameson, and I wanted to try something a little bit new today. I haven't really done YouTube videos like that very often, but I wanted to try something where I can start a discussion. I think the main thing that I want to do in my life is gain as much knowledge, and I want to right people's wrongs. I want to make change. So I thought, why not? Have a little bit of discussions with people and see if people can be civil. Now, if you're going to be here to talk some shit, go for it. I love it. I love shit. But today I wanted to talk about something that I think is a very serious issue. That issue is what is happening right now with the New Orleans Saints. So the New Orleans Saints is a NFL franchise, and right now they are currently being sued by one of their cheerleaders. Now, this shit is absolutely ridiculous and kind of describes how we are in America today. Now, I am definitely against any sort of inequality that happens in this country, and this situation to me is clear cut fucking sexism. So her name is Bailey Davis, and she was fired because she had posted apparently a revealing picture on Instagram, a private Instagram page, be that. Now, what doesn't make sense about that is, well, have you seen cheerleaders at NFL games? They're pretty fucking revealing. And so basically what she was saying, is that she was fired for this revealing picture, and then after she was fired, she kind of revealed all of the rules that the cheerleaders have to follow. So a lot of these cheerleaders basically have to cater anything they do when there is a football player involved is their fault and not the football players. That shit's fucked up. So a lot of these rules basically, from what I've been hearing is, if she were in a restaurant, doesn't matter who the hell she's with, if a football player were to walk into that same restaurant, she would have to leave, which is absolutely ridiculous. I think the NFL right now, currently in the state that it's in, is definitely one of the worst run leagues when it comes to sports, maybe in the world. Now, I can't really say that because there's a lot of corruption in other leagues, but as far as equality goes, NFL falls pretty far behind. And right now I'm kind of going towards liking the NBA just a little bit more. So, let me see. All right, so it says here, I am currently on Vox, and it says to avoid in-person contacts in public, cheerleaders must leave a restaurant or a party if a player enters and must not enter if a player is already there. Any conversation beyond hello is a potential violation of the rules for the cheerleaders, but not the players, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. And I also have seen, it's not just like in-person kind of thing. If one of the players is able to somehow get into social media, like find social media of a cheerleader and message them, slide in them DMs, then it's at fault of the cheerleader. Now, they also said, that the cheerleaders must block and pretty much. So it says to prevent contact via social media, cheerleaders are required to block all NFL players, not just members of the Saints, but all 2,000 NFL players. Now, if the accounts are not private, it says that their accounts must be private. So there is no way that, these, players can use their platform to make them extra money. They can go on and do commercials, endorsements, and show off their social media shit, but a cheerleader cannot. And it's that's just clear cut. Like, objectification, sexism, it's all fucked up. So if a football player were to slide into DMs of a cheerleader or make any attempt of getting at a cheerleader, it is the cheerleader's fault and not the players. What kind of society are we living in? That is crazy to me. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on this. And like the fact that it's not just the Saints, it is all 2,000 NFL players. And, this is something that you would maybe expect to hear maybe back in the 50s or the 60s. Not something now. And, these women work hard. I can't even imagine the diets they do. I can't even imagine the workouts they do. I wouldn't say it's on par as what the NFL players do, but it has to be pretty damn close. And, these women are basically there to get the male fans hyped up. And, of course, there's women that would like that stuff too. But, NFL is mostly a heterosexual audience, male audience. And of course, I think the cheerleaders probably not even paid that much compared to the NFL players, obviously. And I really hope that she does win this suit. Because, a lot of the jobs now, even here in, when it comes to sports and stuff, men are going to always be, when it comes to sports, usually going to be the more athletic and more powerful. That's just a biological fact. So they're going to be the ones making the money, but that shouldn't give them ultimate power. So I think a lot of the time if we find, a football player does something, if they do something stupid, nothing happens to them. Nothing is done. And what's going to even happen if, let's say, an NFL player, like a woman ends up becoming an NFL player? What's going to happen then? I think if you're going to make rules inside of a, inside of an organization, you have to value each of your employees at an equal level. You can't just straight up say, fuck you, everything is your fucking fault. That would be ridiculous. And I just really cannot believe that's happening. I mean, shit. Well, let's say, a lot of the stuff that's been going on lately is, a lot of things like groping and shit. What if a fucking football player did that to a cheerleader? Would that be her fucking fault for being in the same fucking room with him? I wouldn't be fucking surprised. And that's fucked up. And now let me say, I will understand. I can kind of understand why these rules were put in place before. This is to keep very big old headed, egotistic football players out of the way of cheerleaders. But you're not going to accomplish the goal of that if you do not give them the same set of rules, right? Just because they're the ones bringing in your top dollar doesn't mean that they should have all of the power within a company. Now, imagine if you had worked at a company and let's just say you're just a regular worker there, making a decent amount of money, but one of the powerful people there in the company comes and tells you fuck you or beats the shit out of you or fucking touches you, and it's your fault. This is basically what is happening here. And for some reason, the NFL and their elites allow this to happen. I'm really surprised that maybe even more NFL players haven't come and supported these women in this. I don't understand why rules are more strict for the cheerleaders over the players. It's absolutely ridiculous to me. It's very discriminatory towards a lot of the women. And, I think this is a story that's probably not getting enough attention. And I know there's a lot of shit that goes on a daily basis. There's a lot of things the news has to cover. But, these are the kind of things that I believe that we need to cover as a society, because this is not, this isn't a usual workplace. The NFL is not a usual workplace, but this is something that will trickle down And there's a lot of people that work in those organizations. It's not just cheerleaders. It's not just football players. This is something that affects a lot of people. I'm sure the NFL employs a lot of fucking people. So if someone in one of those employees looks at this and they think, man, it's okay to just blame everything on the fucking woman. I'm a fucking man. I'm making the fucking money. So the fuck what I do with the fuck I want. That's essentially what's happening here. And that's something that has to change. Now, I would love to hear your guys' opinions on it. Maybe the football player should have to leave. What if the cheerleader is with her entire family? She's expected to have her whole entire family leave? Come on now. That's ridiculous. So if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear why. I'd love to hear other things that you guys would have to say about this. So please give a like, subscribe if you want to hear more about stuff like this. Because I have a lot of opinions. Trust me. I'll try to do more videos like this. And so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below what you think about this story. And please tell me about other stories that may relate to this or like this. Because this is fucked up. This bullshit. I want to bring to light all of this fucked up shit that's in this world. So, yeah. Have a good day.